Hi, today's recipe is Barazek, which is a famous and traditional sweet and cookie in Syria, especially in Damascus, the capital. It's simple to make at home, but we have to be accurate with the ingredients and the steps, and also the quality of the ingredients. So I'm gonna use 500 grams of all-purpose flour sifted, 250 grams of ghee or purified butter, or you can use the normal butter, but my advice to you is to use either the ghee or the purified butter to get crispy and crunchy cookies as a final product. And also I'm gonna use some kind of spice, which is Mahleb, and Mahleb is used a lot in Syrian pastry and baking, which is a kind of spice, comes from kind of berry, and its taste something between the cherry and the almond. It's very delicious and very good to use in baking. I will need salt, a pinch of salt, less than 1/4 of teaspoon. And this is the first step ingredients. So firstly, I'm gonna add the dry ingredients all together and mix it in a large bowl like this. The mahleb with the flour, with the salt, and mix very well. If you couldn't find the mahleb, that's fine. Just skip it. No problem. Now I'm gonna add the ghee. This ghee is of high quality. It's made of the milk, the cow milk. So as you can see, I'm gonna start to incorporate the flour into the fat. This process helps a lot and just prevent the gluten fiber from forming, and the result will be very crispy cookies, not chewy, not hard. As you can see, using my fingertips and my hands palms, I'm trying to mix the fat into the flours like this. I will get something similar to the sea sand. The smell is very strong, the ghee and the mahleb. Very good smell in the kitchen. As you can see, I'm now collecting my dough gently. No liquid added till now, just the ghee, the fat, and the flour. This is my first step in the final dough for Barazek or Barazek. The Barazek of Damascus. This is my dough. I'm gonna wrap it in a plastic wrap and it goes into the fridge for 30 minutes. Meanwhile, we're gonna prepare for the next step. And for the next step, I'm gonna use 1 cup of granulated sugar, half cup of very cold water, 1/4 cup of simple syrup or honey, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is also optional. You can skip the vanilla. Now in smaller bowl I'm gonna mix the sugar, the cold water, the simple syrup or honey. This is thick because it was in the fridge. I prefer to use these ingredients, the cold one, and the vanilla extract. Then I'm gonna whisk to dissolve the sugar. To be honest, it wouldn't be like 100% dissolving the sugar, but at least 90% will be fine. Now I'm getting the dough out of the fridge. As you can see, the texture of the dough, firm and soft together. Now pour the liquids into the dough and I'm gonna try to mix it all together with kneading very gently and slowly. Like this. Don't panic to see the dough like soupy or liquidy. Just give it nice kneading and the flour will absorb the whole thing. And as you can see, still sticky, so I will continue to mix, folding, and after a while it's hard and nice dough, still sticky as you can see, so I'm gonna continue kneading and folding just like that, very gently. I will test the texture now. Oh, nice, not sticky. It's very good. And this dough also needs a break for another 30 minutes in the fridge. Perfect. So as I've mentioned, we can start working with this one. Another 30 minutes in the fridge. Cover it with a plastic wrap very well. And give it a break. Meanwhile, I'm gonna prepare for the last step. I need 2 cups of sesame seeds, the roasted one. I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of the simple syrup or honey. 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. and I might need some water to help the incorporation of the ingredients. I need a flat plate like this one or tray, whatever you have. On it I'm gonna put the sesame seeds, the sugar, I'm gonna mix all the sugar into the sesame seed. Then I'm gonna add the simple syrup. Two tablespoons are enough. The point is getting a sticky mixture because I want to stick the sesame seed on top of the cookie, as you will see next. So just I'm trying to mix the whole thing all together. This simple syrup and the sugar will form some kind of a glue, and we can use some water, like few drops only. The roasted sesame seed is better than the raw one, but we can use the raw one. This is optional, but usually Barazek is made with this one, the roasted sesame seeds. And we know how beneficial the sesame seed is for our health. I'm tasting now. It's not sticky enough, so continue mixing and taste again. Until we feel that the sesame seed will be on the cookie very in a right way. It's enough now. And also I'm gonna use a pistachio, around 2 cups of pistachio. I just chopped the pistachio with a knife. You can put it in a grinder or in a food processor, roughly chopped. And this is the sesame mixture ready. I might need some flour to prevent the dough from sticking on the working table. And of course I need an oven tray or pan with a parchment paper. Now I'm gonna grab a small piece of the dough and the rest will go into the fridge. As you can see, I will start molding or making the cookies right now. It's slightly soft, so I will put some flour and knead to get a firm texture, which is very easy to deal with and to form. I will cut. Now I can control the size of the ball. You can choose any size, a bite size, double the size, anything you want. It's all possible. Now this ball, one side I'm gonna press against the pistachio. Let me grab the pan first and the water because I might need it to soften the sesame seed mixture. So one side against the pistachio, then the other side against the sesame seed mixture, and press to form a disc or a circle, as you can see. And to the oven tray, and so on. Now the second one, press against the pistachio, then against the sesame seed mixture, like this, and to the pan. When the sesame seed is dry, we can add few drops of water and mix to lose the sugar and the simple syrup, because it gets dry because of the air. Do this step whenever you feel that it's dry and not sticky on the dough. Another one, pistachio, on the other side sesame seed. The oven is preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I will bake the cookies on the middle shelf or rack. The baking time is 12 to 15 minutes, depends on the oven. You should start watching and keep your eye on the cookies starting from the minute 10. Now, as you can see, this one is ready. It takes around like 14 minutes. I'm gonna check the color, very golden brownish. It's done now. Certainly I'm gonna use the cooling rack like this one, and don't try to get the cookies out of the pan until they are completely cool. And this is the Barazek. Super delicious, tasty, very easy, as you can see. I've gotten around 70 pieces of this. Different sizes. I have almost 3 different sizes of Barazek. As you can see, crunchy, very delicious. I'm gonna try, I can't resist. I hope you will try my recipe. Let me know about the result.